Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. Today, I'm not playing along with anything. This is just out of my brain, and yeah, created some things. It was actually inspired by one of the three prompts, 3 pages, but I had too many pictures, and so I didn't technically play along with that. But that was kind of where my jumping point was for this layout. So I am working with the 49 and Market Willow Grove collection, and I'm documenting some pictures from an event from almost a year ago that we went to the annual Pow-Wow for the Meskwaki tribe here in Iowa, that they live around the Tama area. They do an annual powwow every year, and this was actually the first time I had ever gone. My daughter is dating someone who has a son that is part of the Meskwaki tribe. And I don't think this was his first year, but it was after his second birthday party. And we all went to the powwow just to experience it. And it was pretty cool. So, anyway, back to the layout here, that you can see that I have some ephemera and things, that this was like a tree ring, and it was really stark white compared to all the other things that I was using. So I did take some of my brown distress inks and just kind of distressed it and made it more the brown tone to kind of go with everything else on the layout here. So I'm using this piece of paper to mat each of my photos, and I am doing each of them separately, but I did lay them out in the same order that they are going to appear on the layout. I don't know if that really would have mattered, but it kind of mattered to me, so that's what I went with. And just kind of lining this last row up to get them a little more straighter. You can see me pointing to that little thing because you're actually going to see that on a layout probably later this week, and what I do with that little piece of scrap there. So just trimming up the rest of my photos. That I do have a new trimmer that is by Spellbinders. I do actually like it. I was having troubles getting blades for my old Fiskars trimmer, and I'm not sure if they actually make them anymore, or if it was, part of a design change, what the issue was. So I decided to buy this other one, and so I kind of interchanged between my guillotine and this new trimmer here. And so to cut the bigger cuts, I use my Spellbinders, and then my small one, I use the small guillotine from Fiskars. So I am distressing all the sides of my photos, and then I did use 2 different colors of ink. I believe it was ground espresso and probably let's see, I was sitting here. Gathered Twigs was the lighter brown color that I used. So here, just kind of doing a quick dry fit of all the pieces that I had laid out, if you saw it early on at the beginning of the video. And so somehow I ended up with 2 packages of the laser cuts from the Willow Grove. So that gave me 2 sets of these feathers, the teal one, the blue one, and that orange one. And then part of the packaging had that gray and white one up in the upper left-hand corner. So I fussy cut one of those out and then laid it over the top of the other. So you'll see me do that here in a little bit. Just getting my pictures down, kind of making sure that they are straight. And then I'll come in and start doing all of the embellishments. But here in this corner, I do want to make sure that I put that corner round down first. But then I decided that I wanted to try and pull that tree ring down into another part of the layout. So I cut out this little section that you won't see behind the picture, and I'm going to put the other piece down here. So now it kind of draws your eyes from the upper left down to the lower right. Here's that first piece that's going to go up in that upper cluster, and then here is the fussy cut feather from the exact same piece from both sets of my laser cuts. Let's see. Okay, so here I'm going through the painstakingly part of gluing on each of the feathers here. And so this cluster, I have them, I guess, facing downward maybe. And then the other ones, I have the stem down at the bottom and going towards the top. So just tried to give some different flow to each of the clusters. And the orange one here that kind of goes on top, that I do pop the very tip of the feather down, so it gives a little dimension there. Let's see, so gluing here. And I kind of lost my train of thought that I was going to talk about something else, and I can't remember what it was. Does that happen to anybody else? Probably all of us, because we're all of a certain age, and that's what happens. So anyway, oh, I know what I was going to talk about was that when I got tired of working on my Christmas album, I decided to go through some of my collections that I just felt that I hadn't touched enough, that I hadn't done layouts for, or maybe I hadn't gotten to some of the layouts that when I purchased the collection, what I thought I would use it for. And so I kind of made an intentional effort to pull each of those out, put sticky notes on them of which pictures I was going to use. And so that's kind of what you're going to see me pull from here over the next, I don't know, month or two. For the most part, that if I'm working on a layout, it's probably going to be some of those collections. And Willow Grove was one of those items. And I probably picked out about 12 different collections and pictures that I intend to use with them. And just want to, get my hands on them and play with them and make sure that I use them for what I purchased them for. So you'll get to see a variety of collections from 49 Market to, I think I've got some Cartabella and, I don't know, lots of different art and creative, I believe, is one of them. So yeah, just lots of different things. Working on pictures of Cody and pictures of heritage pictures, me and my husband, vacations, just kind of a good mixture. So if you are in the mood for lots of variety, then make sure you stop back and check out when I have a new video out and see what I'm working on next time. So here I have pulled out some of my rub-ons and just adding some additional layers and texture to the layout. Actually from several different collections, that I think the yellow one up there was actually from Willow Grove. And then and the green one down below, I think it was as well. Some of those little like frayed strings, like that one I'm putting on right there, that was from Rust and Revs. And they're just remnants that I have left over from when I have used the collection, and just like to add little bits like that to continue to use what I have in my stash with old versus new. So those stars were actually from Vicky's last collection with 49 Market. I'm drawing a blank. Color, I don't know what it was. Do I have it sitting here? I do not. Anyway, that one from Vicky Booten and 49 Market with all the crafty stuff in it. So I pulled out 3 of those chipboard stars and get that there. And then I actually dug deep into my stash for part of this cluster up here at the top, that I wanted to try and bring another pop of that orange and a 49 Market ticket up there. And then the little label at the top. And then here, just one more of those chipboard stars. And get that label glued on. And then I think in the end here, I do decide that, I was thinking I would put on splatters, but no, I wanted to get on some of this striped paper. But I'm trying to use it conservatively because I do love the stripe. I love all the colors in it. and I've used the other piece, so this is all I have left. So I cut off about a 2-inch strip, and I'm gonna put this section here, and I actually end up cutting this in half. Excuse me. And so I'm going to put a little touch of it here at the top, and then I'm going to do the same down at the bottom. And I am actually going to match it up so it looks like the paper runs all the way from the top to the bottom, with the lines matching up at the top and the bottom. So when I do that, I do like to try and tape the edges down with some leftover washi tape that I have laying around. And then you did see me add some of my tiny attacher staples up there just for some additional texture, and it also has double duty of helping hold that piece on. So that is pretty much going to wrap things up for this layout. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below in the comment box, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I am running a little behind on that. That work has been running me ragged here lately, so when I'm not working, I actually am preferring to create versus work on my YouTube channel. So let's see how we can get that changed around here. So here are the close-up shots, and that is going to wrap up things for today. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.